Good morning, everyone. Viper, how are you, sir? Hope everybody's having a good weekend. I know I don't normally stream on Saturdays, but I want to get this done before my daughter gets back. She gets back from vacation on Sunday. She gets back tomorrow. Let me move this camera. Or you know what? Let me do this. Let's just go over here. There's an option somewhere around here. Pop out chat. There we go. Trying to wake up. Supposed to be doing stuff. Steven! What's up, bud? All right. I feel like I'm probably looking at the camera now when I'm talking to chat, which is good. New monitor setup. We added another one to the mix. $10 from Goodwill. Yay. All right. That we should probably move this printer out of the way in such a way that it is not in our way when it comes time to get to. Been up since 2 a.m. Sent 2-star for Jules. 2 Jules. Nice. So this build is sponsored by Soriatech. Soriatech sent over the filaments. They sent over PET CF, 85A TPU, 95A TPU, and their TPU Air filaments for this. And then Scott with Edge of 3D sent over motor, speed controllers, planetary drives, and remotes for both builds. So you guys saw most of the first build. I'll show you how that turned out. I finished up putting the electronics in it earlier this week, but you guys saw most of the build on stream a few weeks ago, I guess it was now. But I'll show you that real quick. All right, so this is the first build. This is Zippy's Dragster. It works fantastic. Lots of fun. Yeah. Okay. You need this. You need to stop, bud. There's no reason to be zoomed in when I am this close to you. AI tracking. It's because it's trying to do group tracking. Okay. Vince, how's it going? RJ, Cody, how's it going? So, and then hardware, I provided all that kind of stuff. I did. So it is a mix, but it is not from a kit. We'll just set that dragster over there. All right, let's get this out. So, doesn't bother me if it's upside down. Well, we can leave it the right way for you guys, I suppose. Yeah, dude, they're super fun. So let's get all of our frame pieces out here to start with. Our body panels. All right. All of our frame pieces. We're gonna need to do some heat sets. We'll get started on heat sets. You should definitely get your son involved and build one, man. I know Zippy is super stoked to have hers done. Oh yeah. Told her about it while she's on vacation so that she has something to be excited to come home for, you know? Dragsters and her dog. One. Oh yeah, and so I'm hoping to go up to Night Under Fire maybe this year again. In Norfolk or Norwalk, I don't know. The other day in Discord, you didn't hear what I said to you? I don't know. She has not been to an NHRA event, so she is extremely sensitive to loud noises. I took her sister to an NHRA event, and some races and stuff. But Zippy has not been to one yet. She's getting better. So with, you know, her hearing protection and stuff on, she might do all right now. But I do not know. It might be one of those things where take her to like Friday night, you know, event where it's just, you know, people racing their cars and stuff like that, and slowly get her acclimated, because like Top Fuel is a It is not just loud, it is something you feel. So turn the temp up on this. Luke, how's it going? Really? I would like to go to one of the NHRA national events. I think they have the closest one to me would probably be the one in Indianapolis. Or no, I don't know, they might have one here. I have to look. But going to the races is something that I always did as a kid. I enjoy it. One thing I missed that they don't have here really, actually somebody told me they do somewhere, is sprint cars. I love dirt oval racing. But it definitely seems to be more of a East Coast thing for that. Oh, I've been to Maple Grove several times. Maple Grove and Englishtown Raceway is where I always went growing up. Oh, nice. Yeah, I grew up in South Jersey there. Yeah, and most tracks have like a night under fire kind of event. Where it's like Top Fuel and jet cars and pro mods, all that kind of stuff, where it's not necessarily for points for NHRA, it's just kind of an expedition thing. Oh no, nice number cap. Oh, okay. Yeah, also spent a lot of time at ATCO on Friday nights. ATCO Raceway. I need to plug this in because the only one that'll get heat sets in that far. The bottom of this is this soldering iron. So set this off to the side here, circle back to it. You do need to fix your dragster, Luke. What's wrong with it? I have a suspicion I know what's wrong with it, but I gotta have you tell me anyway. Oh, okay. I thought maybe you had had too much fun with it after the race. It maybe like 3D Printopia, send it off a wall or something. Yeah, I want to. These are direct drive. I want to do one piece frame for the direct drive. And need to get a belt printer to do so. Yeah, I gotta build the second heat fracks for this other workbench over here. Luke, you should definitely go. I have never been to a NASCAR race. Dover was only like an hour away, but I never made it down there for a race at Dover. And they built a street racing track in my hometown, and I got to go see some AMA and some like Daytona prototype and GT stuff. Like the cars you would watch at Le Mans. Maureen, how's it going? Very nice, Luke. That is a cool kit, but holy cow, the price to build one of those. The kit is what, 500, and then it is not a small amount of filament, I'm sure. Yeah, are you talking, is it, I know what one you're talking about, because I think there's only one at the moment, unless, Mr. Excuse, said that, he was going to attempt it himself as well, so he might have done one by now. Sonic the Hedgehog, that is the one I saw. Yep. I didn't really want to say because where it was shared with me was kind of someplace where I wasn't really supposed to say anything about it, so. But it is definitely really nice. It's a cool use for one of those Eufy make printers. I don't know if I would do it to one of my blasters though, because then it would kind of look like a blaster that I bought from Walmart, you know? In my opinion, you know? It is, like I said, very cool, no doubt, just not to my, not something I would do on one of mine. I just realized I need to modify one of the files for the Moose-1 though, because it's got Captain Xavier's logo on the side of one of the parts. Did you watch the podcast last night? Moose was on there. Oh yeah, you were there. You were there because we were blaming you for my blasters. If you didn't watch last night's podcast, go check it out. It's got Misplaced Moose. And then we had another one on Thursday morning with Jonathan from The Next Layer. So there's 2 episodes this week. All right, let me take this over here and put some heat sets in it. Get some heat sets. Says it's at 320, but it is not putting these heat sets in here. One. We got 4 of them to put in here. Two, we're on 3. All right. Last one. All right. Holy crap. Also, I'm out of heat sets, or at least down running extremely low. I need to get myself some heat sets. Luke, do you sell them by like the 500 by chance? Let's see. I need to get a Death Racer kit. I almost bought one because they were on sale for Prime Day, but I ended up getting a fancier remote for this thing. And then most of my budget for this month is gone. Zippy wanted an electric dirt bike for her birthday in a couple of days. So all of my budget for anything this month went towards that. The old lady wanted me to buy this recliner so that I would sit with them in the living room, because I refuse to sit on the couch or the recliner because the dogs sit on it. Don't bother me about my tics and tendencies. Yeah, so I have no budget for 3D printing this month. I refused to buy the recliner so that I could make sure I bought Aria what she wanted for her birthday. Refusing to buy anything else I need so I can make sure she has what she wants for her birthday. Yeah, so my last few printer kits have not ended up with that many left over afterwards. One, I feel like they're putting less extras in these kits, and two, I never build anything stock, so any extras get eat up by all the extra stuff that I do to printers. But thinking what other projects we got this month. Self changer build. I don't know if that vending machine needs them or not. The blasters all come with what they need. So I should be all right. I should be okay. All right. 3 on this side, 3 on this side. Lovely, lovely, lovely. That has heat. Okay. Everything has its heat sets. Let's go ahead and turn off the heat set press. All right. Put our drawers away. In our box of stuff and get some screws out. That's not a screw. Neither is that. Where beeth the screws? Those beeth screws. Okay, 12s. I can't remember what the other size is that I need, but I know I need these, so we'll get these out. You just purchased 500 on Amazon yesterday. Yeah, I just ordered them from Amazon. Brad picked up a pack of 300 of them or something from Amazon. Somebody found, might have been Jonathan, that found them super cheap. I have to dig back on Discord and find the link for it. All right. So we start here. Let's measure, figure out what the other size is. No, it is 12s. The ones that go into that go in through the body panels. That's right. All right. Start putting this thing together, shall we? Start from the nose, work our way to the tail. Again, shout out to Soraya Tech for sending this over. This part of the build is made in their pet CF. Most people do their builds with carbon fiber nylon, but I wanted to give this a try. The other Zippy's dragster is built with carbon fiber nylon for the frame on that. I printed that frame before Soraya Tech agreed to sponsor the build. All right, coming along nicely. So I was watching this video night before last about Fry's Electronics, and I am really sad that I never got to go to one, because holy cow, those look like fun places to go. Have any of you guys ever been to a Fry's Electronics store? You want the Girthquake? Yeah, so Evan, the designer of the Big Greg the blaster that the Mammoth Greg is based off of, has been working on bigger blasters, one of which he calls the Girthquake. And Steven here wants to build it. For a man who told me he didn't need a mammoth. It was ridiculous. It was too big. Shore has built a mammoth, a big Greg, and is now looking to build something even bigger. Remember when I told you you were lying to yourself by saying you didn't want a mammoth? And that you did, in fact, want big blasters? And then also built the Moose-1, the Moose-2, after saying you didn't need these big blasters. Seems like history has vindicated me, sir. Captain, are you still not feeling well? Where's Captain? I missed Captain's comment. Sarah, we need you to work on that V0 there. All right. Now, we have a frame. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Back hurting you, or like sick? Do not believe I have an energy drink in here, which is making me sad. Making me very sad. Maybe I steal the old lady's Red Bull. Yes, I think that's what I do. Yeah, the blasters are fun and addicting. All right. We need small pops. All right, we need the uprights for the wings. And we need these parts. All right, let's heat the heat set press back up. Ooh, that sucks, man.
See the light in darkness.
get our wings done here. By the way, this Pet CF from Soraya Tech printed nice. I was very impressed with how this printed. I was impressed with how all their stuff was printed. Honestly, but I was super impressed with this.
Saberblade.
All right. Need some bearings.
Seek the light in darkness.
One, two batteries. Yeah. Get these in drawer of batteries. Maybe not. Maybe no fits in drawer. All right. I need 4 M3x50s to get this wing mounted on. The wing mounts mounted. Yep. Where do these go on? Yeah, to the outside. That's right. I was right. Man, I really feel like I need like M3x55s for this. This is, I don't have 55s, but I do have 60s. Let's see how far they stick out the bottom.
Do you remember how you held me then? Now you got me reaching out. And do you see you got me falling in more times than I can get out.
This is stupid.
Down in the deep of my mind, I crawl for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, how long do I got to keep you? Down in the deep of my mind,
Yeah, it's really like I need by 55s on these. Because if memory serves, try to put a 60 in there, it sticks out the bottom. Oh, this mother. Heat set pushed out. Oh. All right. Plug the soldering iron back in over here. Tell it to go to 75 degrees Celsius. Fucking stupid. Viper, thank you for becoming a member. Did you ever get a... I did get I did get 2510 fans. Yeah. I didn't know Cheaty even made filament. I'm not sure which is the Twist 2.0, but both of these work fantastically. This one's a little bit more ergonomical to use because it's just a ring you kind of spin back and forth, and I like the fact it's got a collar lock on it. This one has adjustable torque and has 3 positions for the head, but the buttons for forward and back are not so ergonomically placed. And there's no, it's just a magnet that holds that in. And then I got this for when I need to put long screws in, spins faster. Clearance at Menards. Clearance at Walmart. The one with the buttons is the... Okay. And we're really driving these heat sets in. Enough that my arm is shaking trying to push these things in that hard. But I promise you that they're in there now. All right. And we should be able to get to them with the 55. With the 50mm screws now. Why? What is your problem? Oh, you got a bunch of material built over the hole. Actually, that'd probably be a really bad idea. Woo, screw is hot. By pushing those in like that, there's a bunch of material that got built up in front of the heat set. The screw wouldn't go in there all the way. How? Get off my damn screw. All right. Plug this back in again. Let that heat up, and we'll come check and see what chat's doing in the meantime. Just shoot me a DM, Viper. 1,000 of them for 25 bucks. Yeah, I'll have to see. Like I said, Jonathan had a link. Alright, that should be heated up. Where do I set my heat sensor? Here they are. I'm not even gonna turn it off. Somebody remind me to turn that off if I get all 4 of these freaking screws in here. All right. I'm gonna tighten these by hand for the end of this. Okay. All right. Lovely. Let me get that on. Dun, 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 dun. Put this over here and then attempt not to fling it off the bench. Okay. Now we need a servo up there. Where's my thing of servos? Servos. All right. So. Put the servo in. It puts the servo in, or else it gets the hose again. There we go. All right. Lovely. this screw in so we don't lose it. This will attach the servo horn later.
This is the future. Evolution.
Wire up here, like so.
This is the
Go over
future.
here and get a servo extension.
Evolution.
There we go. Servo extension. Now, LTX, what's up, brother? You guys can't really see that, but here's what we've got. Servo in, servo extension. We get it all the way back up here to where the ESC is going to mount. Now we can put on some of these body panels. Actually, we can't because they need to go from the back forward. Never mind. Get ahead of myself, I suppose. All right, let's put in
This is the future.
our motor.
Human error. Evolution. This is the future. Evolution.
There. Now, Scott was kind enough to send these with gears on them, but I've printed the gears out of some polycarbonate. So I'm gonna throw those on here. One. Oh. Let's see. Let's get our motor in here. What size screw are we going to need for this? 3x6, looks like. Is it going to be a 6 or an 8? Looks like a 6 is going to get us where we need to go. Alright. Get our pinion gear out. Brother, I cannot remember. I just followed the recommended walls and infill and stuff from Scott. But because of the way these parts are designed, it's pretty much all walls. Here's attach the mounting plate. Right here. All right. Insert that on there. Now we have a motor mounted. Hey, Cloudhammer. We started from the beginning. This is where we're at right now. Yeah, just for shrinkage, whatever. All right. Clownhammer, have you seen Zippies? So this is Zips. So this is Zips. And we're building mine now. So the only thing that the mounting plates that I got are a little bit too big in diameter to fit in here. So I had to reverse the wheels. So because this has like a bump up and a taper and the other way around doesn't. So I had to reverse that. You had to do the same thing? Okay. Yeah, but like I said, the mounts don't fit in there, so. All right, where are we at now? What do we need now? You know what? This one just has a jumper for on and off. Does the other one have a switch? The other one does. The other one has a switch. Kind of like the idea of a switch better. Rather than a jumper. Go. Now Scott Edge 3D was kind enough to send over a remote, brand new remote for both me and Zip. Thank you, Scott. Prime Day though, I picked up a upgraded version of this that had a gyro and some telemetry stuff. Let me go grab that real quick. It's not even that. It's not even the clip that's causing me issues. It's actually the flange couplings that are causing me issues. They don't fit in there. Yeah, Delmar's an awesome guy too. I'll be right back. I gotta go get this remote so I can get this receiver. All right, and we're back with the remote. Also, I need to pull this battery up of this remote and get it charging. So this is the remote we ended up with. It is still a Dumbo remote, but it's got all the telemetry and everything on it. Yeah. Battery tray looks like it should come out if I move some little tabs over, but we'll deal with that later. I just wanted to this little 2S on charger. Where did I put the charger? All right. We might need to make charging leads for this, actually. Luck of luck. All right. I've got this little bitty charger. Should work for this. All right. Let's see if this charger has a charging lead for that connector. Likely not. Okay. Okay. Turn on the soldering iron. Go get some wire. Well, just broke my third hand. Okay, that's good. Love it. connector. Probably should put that on here before we go any further. All right. Oh. All right. This side solder a little. There we go. Hot. Now let's see if I've got a connector that'll plug into that. Morning, Gergman. Bring parts for Death Racer and organizing Legos, man. It's not a bad way to spend the morning. All right. Something that fits that. Let's see what we got in our connectors bit. All right, this is not a very good way to do it, but this is the way we're going to do it. We'll take these DuPont connectors. I'm gonna have to come back and do this with a smaller gauge wire, but for today, yeah, we're gonna have to change this connector down the road, but I want to get this battery charged, so charger will actually do 65 watts. Set that right there. Don't you go nowhere. Don't you catch fire. That's where we were. Receiver. Okay. So, instructions. Channel 1 is steering. Channel 2 is throttle. Well, we need some VHB. All right. You guys didn't see any of that. Why didn't anybody say anything? I was doing all that soldering and nobody was saying anything. Jack in the shop, how's it going? We're building a dragster. So, this I need to get this old adhesive scraped off the bottom. Somebody's gonna be like, hey, jackass, you're not even showing anything when that happens. All right. LiPo battery is going to sit right in here. We're going to need 2 layers of this tape. So, receiver's just a little bit wider than there's space for it. shit. All right. That battery is charging still for the remote. Wiring up that printer. Did you end up getting that printer from 3D Printopia, Luke? I mean, not 3D Printopia, Murph. Nice. Yeah, rework iron and a regular soldering iron underneath of it. All right. Now this wire is what they want for telemetry. We're gonna need to make a different one. Needs to find some wire. I might find just like a bit of old fan wire or something in here. There we go. Telemetry sensor for the battery voltage. All right. All right. We're just gonna solder these wires right into the connector. red and black. That way we can tell what the battery voltage is. Right. Flip her over. All right. Now we got telemetry wires soldered in there. Shit. Put our connector on the end. Dun, 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 dun. Come here. All right. Now, one, and two. Now we can hook this in to our telemetry sensor for battery voltage. Lovely. Love it. A switch there. Now we can put some panels on the thing. All right. Okay. So. Again, build is sponsored by Tech, as well as Edge of 3D, who sent over motors and electronics. I guess we ought to not go too far with this situation, because we will need to whatchamacallit, program the speed controller, so we can't go too far with this, but we can put these two panels on, that's for sure. Battery seems like it's almost done charging. The ones I need are over here already. Go. I need to pull up a schematic for where the shaft needs to be, because the rear shaft needs to have flat spots put in it, and I gotta grind those into it. Should have done it before stream, but I didn't. Let's see, let's pull up files. 3D print files, dragsters. PDF. Okay, here's what we needed. So uses a 8mm rear shaft, 180 millimeters long, and you got to grind some flat spots into it for your grub screws to attach. So we gotta mark this. Let's get out a Sharpie. Okay. So we gotta go 20 to 25. And then 90 to 100. Love it. All right. Fire up the bench grinder. Get the safety specs on. And we now have some flat spots in the axles. Don't have to be too precise on that. Just has to be there so that the grub screw has someplace to hold on to. All right, now let's see. We need that one, and that one. Shit. I gotta wait till this cools off now. I didn't realize I had that on. There, I put M4 heat sets in those. While we wait for that, I'm gonna have you guys hold for 1 second. I gotta run to the restroom. Stand by. And we're back. All right. We're waiting for this to cool down. That's what we were doing. It is not cool yet, but it's down to 95. So
Saber blade. See the light in darkness.
there we go. Set you off to the side. Get the M4 one. Put it on. Lovely. All right. Go ahead and heat up again. Go gadget. Soldering iron. All right. On my heat sets. There they are. M4 heat sets. Or 12.
Saber blade.
All right. Get you guys the right view this time. One,
See the light in
two,
darkness.
three, and 4. Wanted to shut off for some reason. Try it again, let it heat up. So what's everybody been up to? Summer is upon us. Did you guys do anything fun? You got any plans for the summer? Vacations, whatnot? Plan on doing a maker hangout here in August. I'm thinking everybody should bring their Nerf blasters and we should go over here to football field or the park or something and have a little Nerf battle. Us all being adults and whatnot, throw on some iPro, bring a hoodie, some jeans, and play with some of the powerful ones. What do you think, Steven? Would you like an opportunity to take aim at some of the fellow Blaster Buddies crew with the Mammoth or something? Just be the two of us at opposite ends of the football field with Mammoths just lobbing rounds at each other. We all gotta talk and figure out what weekend in August works best for everybody. By the way, one of the Rugrats crew, group of us that chats most of the day in Discord, is currently in ICU. So if you're religious, keep them in your prayers. If not, send good thoughts and vibes, whatever, his way. Good guy. Brad, good morning, sir. Yeah, I got a zombie target. You got one. I think we could have some fun. I think we could have some fun with them. Not make the entire like weekend about them, but definitely something to do while everyone's here, you know. All right, let's get our gear and get it mounted up. Maybe. My cheap ass soldering thing took a shit. Need to get a new other helping hands or something. Those Omni Flexos always look cool, but man, are they expensive. Alright, let's see. That one won't work. Oh well. There. So that just presses on there like that. Then the gear goes on and bolts through it. Let's find shit, that's right. These are the button head screws that came way too big of like a flat button head, kind of like the ones you get with a beacon or whatnot. All right, there's that. Let's find our little grub screws. All right, there's that. Steven, that sounds like a challenge. Yeah, so there's definitely a trade-off with muzzle devices. That's why there's different amounts of like pinch and crush, and how much twist and everything like that. That's why whatchamacallit, I like the quick strings because you can kind of adjust that. You can either have more or less kind of crush on there, and you can use that to your advantage. So a lot of times we'll go to games where there is a FPS cap. You can't have your darts go faster than certain FPS. And that quick string allows you to, you know, if you're a couple FPS over, you just tighten that down, you know, another click or two, and it slows your dart down so that you're under that FPS cap. There's that. Hold on one second here, folks. I'm gonna mute, yeah, so that I find it.
Everything that brought me alive, going wrong like nonsense, playing with the monsters. They brought me alive, but got no alibi. It's a lover's fight without an alibi. It took my innocence without an alibi.
All right. Side is which? Let's see. All right. So let's call it.
I can't wait no longer. I'm playing with the monsters. Everything that brought me alive.
Then
Oh, we're all like monsters, playing with the monsters. They brought me alive, but got no alibi. It's a hopeless fight without an alibi. It's a hands without an alibi.
that. All right, let's see. What do we got over here? 67. $64, $66, we're almost there. All right, 65 and 65. All right, so I'm gonna set this collet over here. Just to keep the axle centered. And we'll tighten on one gear. Tighten down our pinion gear. Beautiful, beautiful. John, how's it going? Oh yeah, blasters definitely leave a mark for days. Can confirm. Nice. But yeah, Steven says it'll take 3-4 realistic hits to take him out.
This
Spoken
is
like
the
a man never
future.
shot by the mammoth.
Evolution. This is the future.
All right.
Evolution.
Let's see. There are flanges on the axles. Alright. $12mm.
This is the future. Human error. Evolution. This is the future.
Put that on there. Lower flange. Get our grub screws started. A little way around. Nailed it. It annoyed you. I bet it did. All right. Well, it's not long enough. Let's try 16. Microchip that says pegged by mammoth. Martin, that sounds like something I could work on later today. Making a maker chip for Steven. Is this pegged by Greg? Now we got a wing. All right. Now we'll set this to the side. And put an ass ton of heat sets in here. Switch back to our M3. These are the wheel hubs for the rear wheels. Fun times. One.
Inside lane, missing exits, glued to the pavement. Between the lines, I keep my gaze straight ahead as the last stop flies by. No more waiting for the gun to fire. No more walking through revolving doors. I've gone around once, I don't need to go around anymore. Break away, forget your sober case. Stop dwelling on empty words. Stop stalling in the doorway. And cancel the cruise control. Switch it in the manual. Don't you wanna feel right?
Alright. There's our
Full steam through the setbacks. You can't win them
hubs.
but I'm proud I tried. Glad we had a dialogue. It's good
My
to
battery's charged.
speeding up the pace, turning up the heat. Where I need to be for the first time. I'm taking risks. I'm casting off without a lifeline. Break away.
Alright.
Forget your soul.
Hubs, and then this needs reheat sets in it for the front steering tower. Box. With tires. These are printed in the Soraya Tech TPU Air. This right here is exactly why I bought this grill. Because otherwise you're sitting here turning these screws forever. All right. You know what? Before the end of the night, I need to watch last week's episode of House of the Dragon. Because the new episode comes on tomorrow night, right? And then, this week or next week, Silo Season 3 starts. We got lots of good TV coming here. All right. Where's my driver? There it is. There we go. Back to Drunken Sailor again, folks. We've been going for a while now, 2.5 hours. But like I said, kind of want to get this so I can do it with my daughter when she gets home. All right. There's a lot of screws in this. These all actually look fairly even. I did a good job. Okay. Tires. Let's do our front wheels. Let's get some bearings out. Did I order the wrong bearings? Did. I ordered the wrong bearings. Ordered 635 bearings. What are they supposed to be? Or at least I have 635 bearings. The bearing doesn't say the size on it, but it is the right size. 2. Six, 2, 5. Right size, but it's flanged. Oh, it's the right size, but flanged. Not the right size. Actually, this might not be the right size. Yeah, the internal diameter is wrong. There's 635s on this list. But that is clearly not the right bearing. Clownhammer, if you're watching, do you have any input on this? Why the bomb says 635 and the part needs 625? Ordering some bearings. All right. So they'll be here tomorrow. All right.
Found it.
That's good.
Yeah, due to halfway has started an hour for it.
Fuck.
It's $30-some. I have it. The only place I had was Walgreens.
Okay. He can either, if he has it, just let me know how much I have to send him after he pays for it. I mean, if it's more than $30-some, let me know before you go like drop like $100 on it or something like that. But all right, that sucks. I have 3 of them. I need 1 more. If anybody knows anything that I might have sitting around the shop. Oh, wait. Found one. We got it. We got it. Let's go. All right. I'll still let that order stand. I don't know how old some of these bearings are. There we go. Wheels. Stick those in here. Stick these in there. Now, M4 by 25s. M4 by 20s. Where's the third digit? Can't remember. It was 20 to 25 on the fourth. How did I get that wrong? Okay. What is it? No. Where are they? Four by eights. I need an M4 by 25. How did I miscount that? What size is in this one? One out. Yeah, they're 25s. I'm gonna need to order M4 by 25 to be able to put my wheels on. Damn it, how did I miss that? I got 5 of the cap head screws. Let's see. And 4 by 25. Button head cap screw. Wait a minute, it's saying that I ordered them. Fucking A, I did. I ordered them. They're here. Yay. Right there they are. Don't mind me. All right. So we're ready to bring the dragster back over here. So let's see. There's our dragster. Got our battery for our remote. Get this battery tray out of here. Make it way easier. Fit this battery in if we're not dicking with that. All right. There we go. Batteries in the remote. Turn the remote on. Get our battery for the car. All right, let's see. We're at 12.7 volts on the battery in here, so that's working. So there's our readout. Battery in the remote's at 8.2. Battery in the car's at 12.7. And we are going the right direction on the wheels. Let's check our steering. Steering is working. Fantastic. Love it, love it, love it. All right, now get out our instructions and gyroscope, turning on and off. Press the binding button 3 times to turn on and off. In gyroscope mode, the indicator light is orange, while non-gyroscope mode is green. Okay, so let's see. 1, 2, 3. That's green. 1, 2, 3. It's R. All right, so if we go like we might have to come back and fiddle with that later, but right now, we are good. And we'll put the switch right up here. Maybe. I don't know. We'll figure out where the switch is going to go. But that means I can start putting on the rest of the panels. All right, let's turn off the remote. Good deal, good deal. Need to hit this wing with the torch. All right, let's see. Around. All right, let's get our wheels on. Get the wheels on. Put this wheel on the rim backwards. That's gonna bug me. Nerf blaster to the front of it. That would be awesome, Build Over Bot. If you design me a little Nerf blaster that mounts to the front of this, I will definitely show up on race day at the Rep Fest with it on there. By the way, I did finally get a chance to watch that movie, Hail Mary, Project Hail Mary. Very good movie. Yeah, we got a little while, Bob. Really hoping I can figure out a way to get to 3D Printopia. I don't know how it'll go, but I'm really hoping, not just for the event, but so I can see family that lives there. My son lives there, my uncle, my mom, my brother. Holy shit. Gonna be honest, I didn't think it'd be this much work to turn this wheel around, but thought I'd be able to slide this out. Clearly, I was wrong. There we go. There we go. All right. Yeah, right. Da-da-da-da-da. I realized that Jeremy and Keela are probably streaming at this point, and that viewership count isn't high, but I want to do this all as one stream for anybody looking for like assembly stuff for this. While I'm not necessarily telling you how to do it, probably would not be too hard to follow along and figure out how it is done, if that makes sense. Hope that makes sense to everybody. And for those here still watching, I appreciate you. I do really need some lunch. So I sympathize with you. Yeah, I get it. I totally get it. No. There we go. Number 2. All done. Sorry about the slow responses. You're cleaning the shop. It was good having you on last night, man. So glad you came on and joined us. For those that don't know, Bob, Built Over Bot, came on the Makers Making podcast last night. And then I think I'm going to be making an appearance on his tomorrow night. So that will be fun. All right, let's see. All right. Dun, 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 dun. Brad, if you're watching, what's the Facebook link you sent me? Saw it pop up on my watch, but can't really open a Facebook link on my watch. Wish I could. Wish I could watch YouTube on my watch. For those with Apple Watches, wouldn't that be awesome just to be able to pull up YouTube on your Apple Watch? All right. There we go. That torch and deal with that. By the time I printed this, it had been it had printed all the stuff for the other one. So it had been out in some pretty extreme humidity for like 3 days by the time I printed this one. All right. All right. Next panel up. Our Fabrico panel. Shout out to Delmar for all of his help in figuring this out. As well as Clown Hammer. Originally the plan was to get the Fabrico kits, but unfortunately availability and timing did not pan out for that. Yeah, this is where shrinkage might be an issue. They are some long parts. So. We might actually have an issue here. We will see. Yep, definitely an issue. Didn't have a problem on Aria's, but I definitely have a problem on mine.
Saber blade.
So, panels are not supposed to bow like that.
See the light in darkness.
Oh. You have shrinkage issues on your Moab? That sucks, brother. I like this filament, but I don't have any more of it.
Saber blade. See the light in darkness.
I don't know how I want to remedy this situation. Because I've got a few options. I can reprint all the body panels. Or I could reprint the frame, maybe. Clownhammer, if you're here, I would love to know what you think. Unfortunately, I think reprinting the frame is actually the right way to do it. So
Do you remember how you held me then? Now you got me reaching out. And do you see you got me falling in? More
let's
times than I
take this apart and do some math, I suppose.
Down in the deep of my mind, I crawl for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, how long do I need to keep you, to keep you? Down in the deep of my mind, I crawl for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, trying so hard not to keep you, to keep you.
So I think that.
How long do I got to keep you, to keep you? Trying so hard not to keep you, to keep you. Do you remember how you held me then? Now you got me reaching out. Yeah. And do you see you got me falling in? More times than I can get out. Down in the deep of my mind, I crawl for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, how long do I got to keep you, to keep you? Down in the deep of my mind, I crawl for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, trying so hard not to keep you, to keep you.
Gonna exasperate the issue all the way down this one. Yeah, that's quite a bit of shrinkage. At the end of this, I end up with $6 millimeters or so.
How long do I gotta keep you?
Yeah. All right. Well, you get most of the idea on how this thing is supposed to be assembled. I'll see if I got enough material to reprint this. It's going to take a while to reprint. So I will talk to all you guys later. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I will talk to you later. Oh, hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you haven't.